to another episode of Stuck in the Middle podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Uncle AK.
And I'm one of your hosts, Reflex. Hey, how you feeling, bro?
I'm good. First and foremost, happy Mother's Day to all mothers out there.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Without y'all, we're not going to be here.
That's facts, man.
You know?
That's facts. No, happy Mother's Day to all mothers. And thank you for listening. Thank you for watching Stuck in the Middle podcast. This is episode 78. Please, let us know what you think and tell people about the podcast on your social media platforms. That really helps us. And of course, we Stuck in the Middle podcast is sponsored by advertising, and this episode is brought to you in partnership with Perfect Office Solutions, providing affordable, professional, and flexible private office space starting at just $4.99. So if you use promo code SITM podcast, you get 10% off. Let them know we sent you. AK, how you feeling today, bro?
Man, I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Yes, sir.
It was sunny yesterday, but today is a little down. So,
yeah, this whole week is gonna be like that. I'm kind of looking forward to that pollen. As the allergy season. But let me.
You say you're looking forward to it?
Yeah, the rain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because pollen. My eyes be.
Okay. Yeah, go on.
You know what's crazy?
What's crazy, bro?
My mom, happy Mother's Day. I'm just going to use this as an example. She has this, special oil fragrance that she still has shipped from Cameroon. She's so dedicated to that joint. Like, she will not use no products from any shelf here in America. Mm-hmm. Like, she's been here in the diaspora, I don't know, over a decade. But she still has, if she doesn't have it, she'd rather be ashy. Like, that's crazy. And I said all that to say, the guest we have in the building today has a little bit of story like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna let you do the honors, introduce her.
No. You got it.
I got it. Yeah. It's a pleasure to say, welcome this guest in the building, listeners to watch us. We have Adeola Ogunneye, CEO and founder of skin moisturizing brand Arome. Welcome her Stuck in the Middle podcast for us.
Yes, thank you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
I didn't butcher the name, right?
You didn't. You did well.
We practiced.
You said I just passed like, yo, bro, you got this. Yeah, like, bro, you got this, dog.
Adeola Ogunneye. That's Niger baby.
Oh, yes.
Hey.
I'm here.
Got a little bone to pick with you, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Man.
I was about to go there. I was about to take it there.
Take
it there.
Nah. I mean, how don't you know your neighbors though? Like, come on, man. Like,
see, this is the thing. I didn't want to say the wrong country. So, but the thing is, when I first saw his face, I automatically assumed Ethiopia. So when I just saw the flag, I was like,
you didn't know which flag it was.
I didn't want to guess. I didn't want to guess.
She was just like,
because I was stuck on Ethiopia. I couldn't believe it. And usually when I guess Ethiopia, it's either Ethiopia or Eritrea. So once he said no to Ethiopia, I was just like, my mind is blank,
It's okay. We'll forgive you.
We're going to come back to all that.
Yeah.
Who's Adeola? For those who are watching right now.
That is a great question. So as you guys have mentioned, I am a Nigerian female, and I'm the owner of Arome. So really right now, Arome is my life. That's, we're a skin moisturizing brand, and that's exactly what I represent. How
did you come about this? So I never heard of Arome, and the name too is just very, very, it's unique. It's on its own. Mm-hmm. So talk a little bit about how you came about it, the name, how you came about it.
Definitely. So I started Arome back in 2014. And funny enough, when it first started, I've always had dry skin. So it was just something where I wanted to be able to have a product that was great for skin and moisturizing, but at the same time, I wanted it to smell good. Mm-hmm. So Arome actually means aroma in French. So that was more about the fragrance and everything. And then I actually stopped the business for a year and then got restarted last year. So when I rebranded Arome, now it's actually an acronym. So it stands for Aspire, Resilience, Originality, Magic, and Empower. So those were just some words that stuck out to me, and it was something that was important to me that I wanted to share with other people. Mm-hmm. So I wanted Arome to be more than just skincare. We're more than just a lotion. We want to aspire. We want our women to be able to aspire, achieve greatness, to always remember to bounce back, be original, your magic, and then always empower themselves and empower other people as well. So now it means a lot more to me. Yeah.
Most people just don't wake up and say, oh, I'm about to, create a fragrance line or lotion. It's not the norms. It's not something that most people think about. Mm-hmm. So how did this come to you? That morning, that night, you were sitting there, or that one person you were in the club dancing, and you looked there, it was like man, I'm ashy.
Yo. Probably was some dude trying to bag her. She ashy.
Like, what happened? Tell us.
Yeah, so it's just like literally growing up, I always had dry skin. So it was something I always suffered with. And it was just like, there were other people who did too, but I don't know, it just felt like my sister was fine. And I'm just like, why am I so ashy? So it was just, it had always been that way. And then I
You
just
ever go to the beach? You be scared to dip in the water.
I come out this dry.
Or the pool. No, go ahead.
No, yeah. So I just kind of started doing more research. Like, why is it that none of these products are working well for me? And it was just something where, from that research, I saw like all these products have alcohols in them, which are drying agents. And then, of course, I just got into like fitness, healthcare, all that kind of stuff. So it just kind of all came in together, and I was like, you know what, let me try to make natural products and see what happens. Like, watch different videos, went to like a lotion making course in New Jersey, and just from there it was like, it just kind of took off. Like, I started it for myself, and then other people started trying it, and they were like, this is great, like you need to sell this and get it out there. And then it just kind of formed from there.
So my bad.
No, go ahead.
So like, did you, so you say you studied to see what products, why the products you were using were not profitable for your skin? First of all, it's Arome, an exclusively black product.
To be honest with you, that's definitely how it started. I am a black woman, so when I'm making the product for my skin, so I can only, kind of start from myself. But it's something where, as it's progressed, like you have all different shades of women, men, that are buying the product. So not just black women, because at the end of the day, we all get dry skin. Even though for us it shows more visibly, you have white women who get dry skin as well, and other races. So
dang, I kind of find that hard to believe, but that's just
Do
my
you?
ignorance. Forgive me. I honestly think from the movie, let me not expose my ignorance. I think white people don't put lotion, but that's we can argue after.
I think that theory or that notion is beginning to turn around, because most of them actually see the difference between applying lotion and not applying lotion.
And we had Dr. Jen on, and she mentioned the importance of like sunscreen.
Right.
And that's what I was just about to say. Exactly. I was going to say the exact same thing, like how white people or even black people think like, oh, we don't need sunscreen, but we definitely do to protect our melanin and things like that. So it's like, it's the same sort of thing where they also need that nourishment for their skin as well.
Now, you're Nigerian.
I am Nigerian.
Were you born in Nigeria?
I wasn't, but I lived there, but I wasn't born there.
So you're not credible. I'm just kidding. So how old are you, by the way?
I'm 27.
So get into this business, mindset. Your skin is dry, ashy, and you're like, damn, products are not working. And you did your research, took the class.
Right.
Practically, how did you get into it? Where did you say, oh, this is the product that's going to work, aloe vera or whatever? What was the next step for you?
For me, it really just started literally in my kitchen, and it was just mixing. So I would try different things. I would research, okay, what is shea butter good for? What is cocoa butter good for? What's the difference between the two? What's avocado butter good for? And just literally, honestly, trial and error. There were so many things I would try. I would use it for a month. I'm like, this isn't it. Then I would just keep doing that until I got to the formula where I was like, ooh, this is it. And just kind of stuck with that.
So what makes Arome different from a product like that's on the shelves, like Cantu, Nivea, what I use, St. Ives, and the other stuff, Irish Spring, which I would absolutely speak against.
Exactly.
Irish Spring is a guaranteed dry skin.
Guaranteed. I think honestly what sets us apart, I think at the end of the day, every brand, you buy into the person behind the brand, so it's kind of like, it's however it's marketed. So for us, it's like, we want to empower women. We want to empower just people in general, just kind of pushing it further than just that skincare. So when you're using it, you feel like, yes, my skin is glowing, I'm beautiful, I'm magic, I feel great, that kind of thing. So I would just say that it's more about the brand. It's more about what we're pushing towards as being further than just skincare alone.
In the United States, we all know about rules and regulations. How almost everything that's being put out there is very regulated, and things like food, drugs, liquid you drink, to the ones you apply on your body, anything, you regulate that. So, doing research, kind of stuck to me like she's here. That means she definitely must have passed the FDA, rules and regulations and stuff.
Because
like
it's
that.
skin
so,
products.
Yeah,
too.
Talk a little bit about that. Like, if that happened, how were you able to, go through that and actually come out victorious on the other side?
I think it's just, again, like you said, there's certain things that you have to be aware of. So even just in the labeling, you have to be clear of exactly what's inside the product so people are aware. And then also just little disclaimers. So I always encourage like a skin test, like skin patch test, where it's like you use it on a small area first. As long as you don't react, then you can continue to use the product. So just little things like that, where it's like you have to be clear on your label, which all my products, you know exactly what's in it. And then just letting them know that, definitely test this out before you apply all over to your body and things like that. So just those little things to protect yourself or protect the business. Yeah.
So what is in the other products? You mentioned like, chemicals that, bad for your skin. There's people, out there who are suffering from what you wear.
Right, exactly.
So what is in some of the products that we have out there that is like, I don't
want it for your skin. Right. So definitely sulfates, parabens, just alcohols in general. And again, there are certain alcohols that are okay for your skin, but parabens and sulfate is absolutely it dries your skin out. So now you'll see a lot of like natural products that will say like sulfate free and things like that. So that's exactly what you want to look out for to make sure that you're staying away from those things.
How have you been able to, market Arome to this point in time?
Yeah.
I mean, how long has it been in existence?
I started in 2014, and that was something where, honestly, in that period in time, I had a boyfriend at the time who was graphic design, web design, kind of did everything. And then when that relationship ended, it kind of that's when I stopped the business. So it was like I had to revamp and kind of figure out new things or whatever. So as I relaunched the business last August, that's when I really started kind of driving marketing. So I would do like trade shows. I sell on the website. I advertise on social media. Now coming here with you guys, just trying to get it out there more and more. And I'm also a very like reserved person. So for me, I'm like,
introvert.
All right, I have to push myself out there and do more of this. So yeah, I would definitely say just events, vending and things like that. So just still looking for more opportunities to keep getting it out there.
Team building. Is it just you running this joint?
Man, it is. And I'm at a point where I'm looking to build a team, but it's hard because you need to find the right people. You need people that you can trust, and like you guys have each other. It's great because it's hard.
It looks good on the outside. When the cameras are off and the mics are turned on, it's come and see fight. I'm kidding. We love each other. Happy Mother's Day. Nah, but yeah, like the product is good. I mean, like from seeing, what you do on IG. It's actually a video of, you on your Instagram whipping this joint up. I was watching some of that last night. It's for people who don't and not on social media. What's the website?
You said what is the website? It's shoparome.com.
Shoparome.com. How is business? Businesswoman. How is business?
Honestly, business is pretty good. I feel like, especially now that, before it was kind of just like I want to say it kind of fell into my hands where it's like I said, I had that boyfriend at the time. He was like, oh yeah, I could do the website, I could do this and that, and all I did was make the product. And so now it's like, this is something I'm really putting my all into, and it's like I'm really seeing the reward from it. So like I said, now I'm at that point where it's like I'm trying to build a team, because I'm like, okay, I package it myself, I print the labels, whip this up in my kitchen like you've seen. So it's like it's time to expand and to grow. So yeah, it's going really well, but also still looking for ways to get it out there more. Right. Yeah, and so
you're an entrepreneur, woman-preneur, like some would call. Yeah. How? Let me ask you an entrepreneur question. How do you break away from like what some we call the 3 Fs, that friends, family, and foods? People are like, hey, let me just try this. You know what I mean? Marketing strategies. I don't know. Yeah. And
you're saying break away like outside.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Right now, I would say the biggest thing definitely is word of mouth, because even though I feel like it always has to start from friends, family, like it has to. But then when they tell other people, they learn more about it. And then again, just putting yourself out there. So going to these different events, networking, and things like that. Just meeting different people and continuing to get it out there that way.
You Nigerians are known for collaborating on the business aspect of things.
Yeah.
Have you tried to like reach out to, because when you go out in the DMV, you have a lot of African stores and stuff like that. Have you tried to reach out and like, yo, I got this product, I feel like it's great for our society. Have you tried to sell it?
Put that on the shelf.
Put it on the shelf. Have you tried that?
I actually have not, honestly. I have not with the African stores, which is actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah.
She must be doing well by herself.
I don't need that. I'm telling you.
Because you know what I'm saying, like stuff like we want to see stuff like this.
Yeah.
You know? Like I go down to what's that store, Walmart. You know what I mean? Like I'm about to go cop me some Arome, and now people can buy it off the website. By the way,
Right,
Right.
exactly.
I was surprised to see how cheap it was.
You know, that's so funny because I get mixed reviews. So there's some people, you know, because it's like, it is cheap for like, you know, I would say it's pretty, or it's affordable. Let's say affordable.
Let me not say cheap.
Let's say affordable, right? So it's affordable for what it is, you know, for what's actually in it, for the content that you're, you know, what you're getting out of it. But people also feel like they're used to buying their $4 Jergens, you know, and you get this big bottle of Jergens versus my $12.50 lotion, and it's a smaller size. So even though it lasts you much longer because it's so thick, you have people who, you know, when you're accustomed to buying, you only spend $4 for that large bottle. They view it as expensive. But then you have those other people who use it and they're buying it every month, and they're just like this. Like literally, I actually went to this event. It was a woman empowerment type of event. And this lady, I didn't have any cash, so she had to give her change because most people were using their card, Square, Cash App, all that kind of thing. And then when she bought the body butter, she only had a 20. And I said, okay, let me try to find you change. And she said, no.
Keep it.
Exactly. Yeah, she said, I need to pay you what you're worth. She said, this body butter is worth $20. She was like, I have no idea why you're selling it for $12.50. I was like,
I'll take it, Auntie.
like,
God bless you, Auntie.
Definitely. So,
dang. What are some of your fears in this line of business? Like, and I mean also, part B to the question: what are some environmental concerns? Because it's kind of like a, you know.
Yeah.
No, that's a really good question. I think fears that I may have are just
Getting sued.
because it's skin, you know. So it's,
Yeah.
and people have been asking me, face mask and things like that, but I have like stayed, you know, I'm staying away from face for now, just because there's so many things that go into, just like you asked me before with just like, you know, the FDA and different regulations. It's like there's a lot that goes into skincare. And so, and that's one thing too that I always try to stress, because people just automatically assume it's a skincare business. And that's why I try to do like Arome is a skin moisturizing brand, because I'm trying to be more like, you know, your Jergens, your everyday lotions, and not like, you know, that like skincare. Because some people come up to me like, oh, I have eczema, I have, you know, acne prone skin and things like that. But it's like, you know, right now that's not, unfortunately, you know, I would love to at some point, maybe when I grow the team and have other people on the team who are more experienced with that, like, you know, dermatologists or things like that, then we could add skincare. But right now it's just like the moisturizing brand. Yeah.
So right now, how do you set yourself apart from other skin moisturizing brands?
Brands, great question. I think again, just in the branding, I just try to be, I want it like to show through the business. Like I want to show that it's a real person. There's a purpose behind it. And so I think that's more so what I'm trying to drive. That it's not, because for me, it was something when I started using the lotion and I would see like my skin glow and things like that, it made me happy. You know, so it was something that I want to share that with other women too. So it's like when you look good, you feel good. You know, before I would be checking my ankles, trying to make sure, is it dry down there? You know, that kind of thing. But it's like, now it's like when I can walk out with that confidence and, you know, that kind of thing, I want to share that with other women.
Right.
So
empowerment, glowing.
There are days when I'm pretty sure there are days when you wake up, you're like, I don't feel like doing this, and I just want to throw in a towel. You know? Tell us a little bit how, you know, you bypass, like you see past that, you know, to keep driving your brand and your product.
honestly, it's just, as cliche as it may sound, it's just prayer. Because it's like, even for me, like when I stopped that business for a year, it was like I thought I was done with it, but it was just like something, just, you know, people will even come up to me like, what happened to the lotion? What happened to everything? Like, you know, and it's just, it was just something that just,
what happened to my supply?
it just kept, like, I couldn't sleep. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like, it'll keep, like, you need to bring this brand back. You need to bring it back. And so it's just something that I truly see the potential. There are certain people in my life who have told me they see the potential. Even my parents support it. And my parents are very, like, if they think something's not a good idea or it's not profitable, why are you doing this? Please. So, you know, that kind of thing. So, like, they've been supportive. So every day I want to stop, because it's like, it's always a challenge with business. There's always some type of challenge, but it's just, I have to keep thinking about the bigger picture and where I want to go, and just keep pushing towards that to be able to.
Speaking of where you want to go, where do you see Arome in 5 years?
Oh, man. Okay. So I see Arome, like, I want it to be a household brand. So I want it to be something like, now it makes me so happy when I go to like friends' house, and just like you said, kind of breaking out of that friends and family. But for now, friends and family, I see the lotion in the bathroom, and I see it by the sinks, and, you know, little things like that. And I also have like keychains. So I see people's keys and they have the, you know, Shop Arome lotion on there. So it's like, 5 years from now, I want it to be a household brand where it's like, that's something that, Arome is that lotion that you would pick like over your Jergens and things like that, and just being in stores and, being more visible, of course, and just like wholesale where it's like you have businesses that are ordered like Walmart, Target, things like that on a bigger scale.
Yeah. Do you walk around? My bad. Do you walk around with samples?
Yeah, I was expecting some. Just line up something.
Exactly.
Just line up some here.
So, exactly. Funny enough, and that's why I had asked for the logo to put to put it on there. But like this morning had just been so crazy, so I didn't.
It's okay.
But usually, yes, I do.
Okay.
Especially the keychains. Yeah.
So if somebody's like, dang, like they're watching, listening right now, like I want to support this auntie. What did they walk into? Or of course the website, but it's like, I don't know. Let me try it first. Where did they go? You have like a little sample pack somebody can get.
Yeah, definitely. So I do have a sample kit that's on the website. So it's just like a smaller scale where you could get to try the different products. But then other than that, unfortunately, it's just kind of like, just catch me at the next trade show. I try to promote if I'm going to be at a trade show, if I'm going to vend at an event. So it's like I'm going to be here in this area so they could come, because I completely understand that, where it's like people want to try it before they just order online. Yeah.
It's cheap stuff. It's $10. Go and buy it.
Go and buy.
But let me ask you this. I don't know if you want to talk, you don't want to, but break us through like the creation of this thing. I'm talking from like you getting ingredients to the whipping into like bang, the process.
Let's go.
They say trust your process. What's the process?
Sure. So basically just to put together packaging,
everything from jump to.
Whew, man, it's a process. So my kitchen, my living room is just boxes. But, I have my formula, so I line everything up. I have my scales where I'm measuring each ingredient because you want it to be consistent. So it's something where, I have to make sure I use the same amount of cocoa butter, same amount of avocado oil and things like that. So, mixing them, making sure I sanitize everything, and just the containers, spray them down, put the label on it. First of all, the labels I have to print myself. So I have them designed on my laptop, print them all out, cut them, and then stick them onto the containers, squeeze in the lotion or the body butter into the container, and then seal and package. But it's that makes it sound a lot easier than it actually is, because it's a lot. It's a lot that goes.
When somebody go order, you gotta go to the post office and ship it.
Oh yeah,
businesswoman, entrepreneur. I like it. I like it.
Let's just say you get flooded with 100 orders tonight.
Yeesh.
Whew.
From AK, because he got plans. I don't put you in some trouble.
This guy. But sure, yeah. Let's just say, that happens. How many days would it take for each and every, person I send this gift to? Let's just say I got to send it out to mothers, because it's Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, right.
Yeah, so how long would it take for you to get there, 100 orders?
So I ask for 3 to 5 days at least to be able to, just like as a processing time to get everything together, and then I ship. And usually I do priority, so everything ships in 2 days. So you would get it in 2 days for 100 orders. That could work. It depends on what those 100 orders are, but assuming it's 100 individual products, each batch that I makes up 25 containers. So it'll just be making 4 batches. So that's something. Gotcha. Yeah, I would be able to still get that done in that amount of time.
So you know what I'm saying, is this what you do full time? Because I know you're also admissions counselor at UMUC.
Yeah, okay, you did your research. Yeah, exactly. So hopefully, fingers crossed, like I'm praying to be able to do it full time. But for now, definitely have that stable income just to back it up while Arome kind of grows itself.
Do you sell this at work?
Oh, yes.
Yes, I do. It's the Avon mix.
See, that looks like God, what kind of question is that?
You come to your coworker, you don't get your order.
Yeah, and the funny thing is,
that bottle is not over. I know you need a new bottle.
What comes to your party favors?
So the party favors are their keychain size lotions, and then I put them in little organza bags. So it's basically like they can customize the label. So on my side, of course, it'll be the standard. Well, on one side of the container, it'll be my standard like Arome, our label, and then on the back side they could customize it, so happy birthday or wedding things, or happy like Mother's some people Day. Happy Mother's Day, exactly. So they can customize it with whatever they would like on it.
What stops? Just want to go back to what I'm saying, like flipping school and job and your business. What's stopping you from saying, man, forget school right now, I'm gonna do Arome full time and I'm gonna take this to the next level?
Great question. Honestly, I think for me, at least right now, what I decided was I had a certain savings goal that I was just like, okay, I need to be able to have at least this amount of money to do it full time. So it's something that I have mapped out. So by God's grace, in the next 2 years, like I'll be able to stop. But it's I have bills. Unfortunately, that adulting life, and I haven't started paying myself from Arome. So that's also something where it's like, I'm just allowing that business to grow, which thank God it is. But, I really want to get to a comfortable spot. I don't want to jump the gun and do things too soon and then bite myself or shoot myself in the foot kind of thing. So it just feels like it's not that time. I've prayed about it and I'm just like, it'll happen, but I don't think it's right now.
How important is having a, mentorship in this line of business?
Oh, it's so important. It is so important
right now?
So there's one that I was basically, the sad reality is there are a lot of people who are in the field, but they're so busy. So it's like, so I do have one that has been very helpful. There was one that I was trying to reach out to, but unfortunately we haven't quite been able to meet yet, but definitely still working towards that because, she's one of those people, she was like, email me 100 times. If you have to, I'll get back to you when I can. But, but I do have, unfortunately not, so she's one that I want that's in the same line of business, like with skincare. But I do have mentors for like business and like, things like that. But unfortunately not someone that's in this exact same field. Yeah.
Do you have people ordering your products back home?
I don't, sadly. And people, they always ask me like, why isn't that here and things like that. So it's like when I do go back home and visit, because my parents live in Nigeria. So when I go back home, I take products with me. So they buy it with me when I'm there. But unfortunately, it's not something that, is moving while I'm gone. Just because, especially because they're made with natural ingredients. So with shipping and things like that, my fear of them melting. So I prefer to hand make them like while I'm there. So
you're in the grocery store a lot, like getting avocados and stuff?
Oh yeah.
Dang.
Oh,
but
yeah.
hey. All the avocados, you need to clean. I go to Giant sometimes, I can't find it. So. What is success to you?
Success, that's a really good question. To me, I would say success is, or at least for me, I would say like financial freedom. I don't want to have to, just be stressed out or be so like dependent on money or be working for money. Like, you know what I mean? So I would want it to be a situation where the money is working for me, the business is running and things are going well. Like to me, it's like actually seeing my vision come to light, and just being comfortable. Yeah.
When are you done with school?
Oh, I'm done with school.
Oh, you graduated?
Oh, yeah.
Now you have to go
now
back.
I'm just admitting other people into
You have to
school.
go back and learn African history and geography. I think your degree did not do you service. I'm just kidding. Totally kidding.
Never gonna let that down.
How can people, find you and your products online?
The website and definitely social media too, like on our Instagram page and things like that. Link in the bio. Shop Arome.
It's right here. It's right here.
She said link in the bio. Like, what's the name to this IG
Shop
page?
Arome. Shop
Arome.
Arome. And then you can find me, Miss Adeola, but Shop Arome.
There's a ton of them out there, by the way. Like
yeah,
because I got lost.
I
got lost trying to, I just went to you. Thank you for pointing me to the right one. But yeah.
Do you have any seminars coming up or webinars? For just trying the products or try to teach people how to, create skin lotion.
So I do. The one that I have coming up is in July. I'm definitely trying to find something or do something sooner. But that is more, so I'm going to be like, I'm going to have my setup, of course, of all the products. So people can definitely come and check that out. That will actually be in Laurel, Maryland as well. So yes, I will definitely have that promoted like on my Instagram page and all of that. But so basically it's a women's event, another, women empowerment. So I'm supposed to be on the panel with 7 women, and the event is 7 Shades of a Woman. And that's by Petra Ovia. So shout out to her. But yeah, so that's the next event that I will be visible, but probably upcoming, most likely like a flea market, especially now that the weather is getting nicer. So as soon as things pop up, like I'll definitely be promoting those.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
If you're looking for an ambassador, I got a great candidate for you. Yeah.
That's what we do.
I have a great candidate for you.
Awesome. Yeah. That's really good.
Unfortunately, it's a man. Well, not unfortunately, good for you as a man.
Yeah, that's actually not bad at all.
Which one is the person that like a brand?
Yeah, that reps the the products. Yeah.
Wait, is he ashy or something? I'm just kidding.
No, he's not ashy. I just feel like it's gonna be a great add to the team.
Right.
So
that'd be really good.
Plus
honestly.
two, I'm opening my own little agency. So I might as well be.
I like you. I like you.
You know what I mean?
Okay, I see you, Cameroonians. I see
That's
it. I
all right.
see it.
You know, you have to network now.
Right, of course.
That's what Stuck in the Middle podcast is
It's
about,
so
yo.
big.
It's about
Connecting people to like people, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, and that's everyday struggle. I'm in school, I got a business. Well, I got a business. It's struggles that I've gone through, or I'm successful. Let's talk about it. How did you get here? Because you know where we're from. Engineer, doctor, lawyer.
That's
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you live in your passion. And
Right,
you know,
right,
it's
right.
great. We enjoy it. It's really good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Before
I'm
we-
all for that. Oh, no, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, I'm all for that. Just with, like, networking, I feel like we need to do that more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I feel like we all like to say we help each other, but it's like, are we truly
Right,
helping
right,
one
right.
another? You know,
Right.
because there's so many people who are, you know, I won't give names, but I did have someone who, like, was looking to start a business. She wanted to do hair care. And so I just kind of she came to me, like, how did you get started? And I told her everything, you know, because it's the same way I would want that if I reach out to someone. And I was shocked, you know, I gave her everything, where all the websites I use, like just everything that I do, I was happy to share. And then she was telling me about something that she found, and I was like, oh, that sounds great. Can you send it to me? She was like, you know, just Google it.
Eish.
Like, you know, and I was just like, wow. Like, you know, so it's just kind of like people, like one person's success doesn't take away from another. Like if anything, together we could do a lot more,
Right.
you know? So I feel
Yeah.
like I love that for people to
Facts.
truly network and help each other. It's like, because I don't lose anything from giving her, this is where you can order shea butter and things like that. That doesn't take away from my business.
Right.
That's facts. That's facts.
Before we close, you know, this episode of a podcast, right? Let's put you on a hot seat a little bit to sell, you know, Arome. You know what I mean? Like, why would anybody? Hell, why would I decide to switch my daughter's lotion from,
Baby something.
yeah, you know, ABC, you know, lotion to Arome? Go.
All right. So, especially because you use the example of your daughter, it's like saying, why would you want your daughter to continue eating McDonald's instead of going to, you know, somewhere where she can get a healthier, balanced diet meal, where she could get a home cooked meal, that kind of thing. So with Arome, that's what we bring. Like we bring products that are actually truly moisturizing for your skin with natural ingredients that is for your skin's health. And I feel like we also have to, it's like skin is just so important to me. So it's just always remembering that your skin is an organ, your skin is a living thing. Your skin is the first thing that people see when they look at you, you know, so you want to truly take care of it, moisturize it with the right ingredients, you know, and think more about the health of your skin. So Arome will give that to you with your shea butter, cocoa butter. You know, they're really, really good for our skin. So I think Arome would definitely be the better brand for you.
I like the confidence.
Thank
I like
you.
the confidence. Now tell me this. What's the greatest compliment you've gotten skin-wise?
Glowing. I love hearing that. Oh my gosh, like your skin is glowing. Your skin is so beautiful. It looks, can I touch it? Even though I say no, but you know, it's just that glowing. I love that because black skin is beautiful. I'm sorry, but you know, yeah, black skin is beautiful.
Use Arome
It's
so you
beautiful.
don't crack.
Black don't crack
Black
unless
don't
you use
crack.
it. Hey man, listen, we want to thank you so much for coming through,
Yes,
kicking it
thank
with
you
us
guys.
on Stuck in the Middle podcast. We had the pleasure of speaking with Adeola Ogunneye.
Ooh.
You butchered it, man.
Hey, sorry.
Ogunneye. Sorry, my sister. Sorry.
He
CEO
tried.
and founder of skin moisturizing brand Arome.
Yep.
Visit shoparome.com to show her love.
Thank you for coming through.
Thank you
It's
for
been a pleasure.
having me.
Yeah, definitely. More success, you know.
Amen
Wishing you
to
more
that.
success, and you know, someday, you know, we'll come to a shop, you know, where a whole line, a whole section, is just
Fragrance.
Arome, you know,
Amen. I
fragrance
receive
stuff.
it.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
Yeah.
deodorants, all there.
Everything
there.
It will come. AK.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Hey.
Next week we will be sitting out with Nicole, is that Monet?
Mooney. Yeah, Mooney.
Okay.
See, we have to learn some. I don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
Man, she's the executive director and founder of Black Girls Cook. She's going to be here on the podcast to discuss about her organization that teaches inner city teen girls the importance of food preparation, cooking, food hygiene, and healthy eating.
I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Kind of reminds me of Nick, the nutritionist. Yeah, but this is on like, you know, more practical. Like, yeah, Nick. Yeah, it's gonna be dope stuff.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. So
Definitely.
tune in next week, please,
Definitely.
please.
You want to hit them with a sponsorship?
Yeah, definitely. Follow us on all social media platforms at sitnpodcast.com. that's our website. You get everything there. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're watching on YouTube right now. Thank you to everybody who downloaded the episode and listening on iTunes, Google Play, and all that stuff. And
review the show.
Yeah.
Review the show on Apple Podcasts and our Facebook page as well. Like us. He says subscribe, SITM Podcast. Follow us on all social media as well. Everything SITM Podcast. Email us at sitmpodcast237@gmail.com for questions, comments, referrals. We'd love to hear from you. Check out our blog on our website. Comment. This talented ladies, they pour, they're putting their hearts into what they write. Get to know them. And if you have a piece, you would like for us to, publish as well, feel free to send that to us. We'll make that happen.
Yeah. So shout out to Mane and Joycelyn who contribute to the podcast by writing.
Yeah, and Jessica as well.
Yeah, Jessica as well. Yeah. Hey, this episode has been brought to you in partnership with the Perfect Office Solutions. Visit them, let them know we sent you. Use promo code SITM Podcast. You get 10% off of the lease. They provide office space, affordable office space for entrepreneurs in the DMV area. It's a good look for your business. You want people to be able to come in your office and feel professional. It just helps. Help us, help you, help us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes, sir.
Pretty much. Happy Mother's Day to all mothers.
Yes, sir.
Enjoy yourselves.
Thank you again
happy
for coming through.
Thank you.
Your skin is glowing, and I'm not just saying that on air. It's like facts. It's a Stuck in the Middle podcast.
And we out.
Yes, sir.